afternoon and welcome to Wellness Series with Lucia, a platform where we get in touch with our well-being. Today we'll be discussing a topic that I truly love, because it has to do with food. But today we'll be looking at how to prepare healthy food, how to cook healthy food, and how to have that habit of making that discipline of having it instilled in you, especially now during the cold season. You and I can agree that once it's winter, during winter, we tend to warm ourselves with wrong food. And then when spring comes, we tend to depress because we would have gained 1 or 2 kgs. So today's show really is to show us, let's do it the right way, and be healthy whilst at it. And joining me is an expert, Chef Noleen. Welcome to Wellness Series with Lucia.
Thank you for having me.
I'm looking forward to learning on how to eat healthy during winter.
Yes.
I always love to share my story. I need to confess. During winter, I tend to make dough almost every other day. Magwinya, cakes, dumplings, madombi. And I tend to, this one I'm working on, I tend to have lots and lots of hot chocolate. But as you can see, proving that I practice what I preach, this year I'm more onto herbal teas. So I'm really looking forward to learning from you,
yes,
and also sharing that with our viewers,
yes,
on how to cook healthy food and how to prepare healthy food for our loved ones. So Chef Noleen, tell us about Chef Noleen before we get to the food bit.
Hi, like you said, my name is Chef Noleen. My name is Noleen, hence the brand Chef Noleen.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
How I started, I've always had passion for food. So I started as a hostess, working at a certain hotel, and then 2 months, 3 months down the line, I was promoted to a supervisor. So from there, I used to take time off. Like after I've knocked off, I'll quickly run into the kitchen, and the chef was allowing me to go inside and assist and learn. That's where the inspiration came from.
Wow.
Yeah.
So see, you're passion driven.
Yes, I am
I like
passion
that.
driven, self-taught.
Yeah.
I haven't gone to school for this, but
Yeah.
I'm passion driven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess we're getting 2 birds with 1 stone. Just a reminder there that if you have dreams, go for those dreams.
Yes.
All right. So it's winter,
Yeah.
and I really would love us to eat healthy.
Yes.
I would love us to have at least gain a little bit, not the many kgs that normally people would gain from winter to spring. How do we do that? How do we cook healthy? How do we then ultimately eat healthy during winter?
Yes. Like I said, there's different ways to cook food. We use a lot of oil, which is frying, and I don't like working with frying. I don't like cooking with oil because I know that it brings a lot of calories into your body.
I heard about blanching, Chef Noleen. I know it's a new method of cooking. Even myself, I'm learning it.
Yes.
Just take us through it and why it's healthy.
Blanching is where you throw in the vegetables into the hot water, take it out, and do it again, and then finally pan fry it.
Okay.
And then that's you have it. It's a good method of cooking because then you finally have the vegetables soft inside and crispy on the outside.
And they retain the color.
They retain the color, and
Yes.
that's the secret. If you see your carrot turning to yellow or your tomato being brown or any other veggie losing its color, you know that you've lost all the nutrients in it. Yeah.
So we still need them in that bright color. Now I understand why. The other day I had a dietitian, and she kept saying, she kept saying, you need to have a brightly colored plate.
Yes.
Now I understand where
Yes.
that is coming from.
Yes.
So you can either have them raw or blanch them.
Yes.
All right. How about steaming?
Steaming is also good, but you have to be on the lookout for that because also steaming deals with water and it's hot, and then vegetables tend to be soggy and lose color. So if you're steaming it, you shouldn't do anything over 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Even 5 minutes is too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a minute or 2.
Yes.
So that you can still have them when they're still rich with their nutrients.
Yes, I prefer mine a little bit crispy still. So other people prefer. Sometimes I also have my broccoli raw. I just wash it and then use a sauce to ingest it.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. I know they say that it's easier said than done. Do you think these methods of cooking will be done easier like it's during winter and we really want to warm ourselves. We really want comfort in food. Do you think it's something that could be easier to go into, or it's something that would need some sort of a journey to ultimately get used to blanching or steaming or roasting, or healthy methods of cooking?
I mean, it takes self-discipline, but the methods of cooking are very easy. It's easier to steam than to fry, or it's easier to steam than boil. So I would say it's easy. It shouldn't be anything complicated, and it also takes a shorter time as compared to the methods we use.
Yeah. I love you. You just mentioned boiling. You know how we boil our morojo for like 30 minutes, morojo, by the time you eat it, it's just pure fiber.
It's brown.
You've lost all the vitamins, you've lost all the minerals,
yes.
what you would need. All right, now let's get into the flesh part of it.
Yes.
Meat.
I would say poultry is healthier. I prefer chicken, and you have to go for the lean. Beef is okay because it's good with it's good for iron and all the other stuff.
Yes.
But I'll still stick with chicken, especially the chicken breast, because it doesn't have anything. It's lean, so go with that. And then liver. Liver is good also because it's rich with iron. Yeah.
Okay, before we get to it, because I can see you've prepared a nice liver dish here. Let's talk about the chicken breast, because the most complaint we get is it's hard, it's not as juicy. Any tips on how to make chicken breast juicy, so that we can start eating on that and versus the other chicken parts that have a bit of fat in them?
Yeah, it's the easiest part of a chicken to cook, by the way, because the problem is that we boil our food. So before we get to coloring it and spicing it, we boil it. Or am I wrong? Don't you
you're
boil
right.
it?
We boil.
Yes. So the best thing is to thaw it right. When I say thaw it, you take it from the fridge and then don't put it in hot water, because already So you have to, if you're going to prepare your chicken and you're going to use it in 2 days, remove it from the freezer and put it in the fridge so it thaws right. And putting it on the outside is not right, because that's the time where you get to have more things that you don't want in your food to take.
So from the freezer to the fridge.
Yes,
and give it time, a day or two before.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And then how do we prepare it? Can we roast it? How do we make it soft and juicy? Like, I know chefs, you guys are good at making chicken breast very tasty. How do we do that?
The tip will also be how you spice or marinate your chicken. Other people use spices, but I'll say spices, our herbs tend to dry, right? So rather use fresh herbs instead of using spices, because herb also, it makes the chicken smell nicer and taste different as compared to using spices. So use your rosemaries, use your parsley, and marinate it overnight, or it's a process, like I said, but if it takes self-discipline to get quality. And then after you have it marinated over a day, pan frying is also perfect. Not too much oil. If you love oil, use olive oil, because then it's better as compared to sunflower oil. Or coconut, or use coconut oil.
Yeah, you did mention it earlier on. I usually add a bit of lemon juice. I don't know if that makes it a bit healthier, but
yes, it does. Lemon is one of the healthiest things that you need in the kitchen, because you use it for everything. So
awesome.
And the citrus makes it tangy and nice.
Yes. All right. So you've prepared an example of what you feel could be tasty, yummy, and a little bit healthy during winter. Can you take us through what you've prepared?
Yes, you've already mentioned magwinya and dough. So it's fine to have dough or carbohydrates, but you have to choose the right ones. As you can see, I have seeded rye bread. It's fine. It warms you, but take a better choice. If you don't want to use rye bread, you can also use brown bread, the flour. You can use that to supplement for fat cakes, mapakiwa, papata, and all the other stuff. So rye bread is the ideal one. So you can use that one. And I've brought our chicken livers.
This looks yummy, I must say.
You can try it and tell me later how it tastes. I've made it simple. I didn't I first pan fried it with the spices, and then after that I made a soup separate.
Okay.
And then later I put it in, because for me to separate it from the soup is to avoid to overcook it, because then you wouldn't, like I said, overcooking takes away all the nutrients that are inside the food. And then garnished with carrot and cherry tomatoes.
Raw carrot, no?
Yeah, raw, and the cherry tomato is also raw.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And livers are rich in iron, so if you have iron deficiency, this would be yum yum for
and
you.
it's very warm because it's soup also. It's a bowl of soup. It warms you up.
I'm salivating. And then the pancakes.
Yes, I've used the normal pancakes that we use was normal flour, but there are different types of ways to make pancakes. You can use the legumes. Normally, I would use the green mung beans. We call them lentils, but I prefer saying mung beans.
Yeah.
So you boil them, and then after that you just blend and then mix with the eggs, the ingredients that you normally make the pancakes with, and then you do just the usual.
Yeah.
The green in that is healthier as compared to using flour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you make bean pancakes, like lentil pancakes, that would be ideal for which meal in the day? Can you have that for breakfast?
It's perfect for breakfast.
Okay. Wow, interesting. And have all that with your herbal tea. And warm yourself.
Peppermint tea.
Yes. All right. Wow, this really looks yummy, and I think the one thing for me that I'm taking home today is the blanching bit. I haven't been doing a lot of it, but from what the discussion we had today, I think I should do a lot of that. And get my family get used to it. So your last words, Chef Noleen. You know, what can you say to our viewers, specifically for the season that we are in now? How to just to wrap it up for us in terms of cooking right, healthy that is, and also just ultimately having healthy food.
Yes, I would basically say stay away from the normal things that we do. If you love bread, then do rye bread. If you do vegetables or you love salads, because it's winter, so instead of having salad, just have your vegetables roasted or steamed, not over steamed, and then blanched too.
And then go for the right cuts.
Yes.
Like we just mentioned with the chicken breast.
Yes, chicken breast and drums and wings.
Wow, thank you, Chef Noleen. I must say I'm full with just the tips you've given us today.
Yes.
And I hope that at home now you know how to prepare healthy foods for your family and for yourself as well. Let's do it right. Let's eat right. Continue with your physical fitness. Eat right. And when spring comes in September, you will be healthy and you'll be looking good as well. Well, from me, Lucia S2, thank you for joining us today. Do join me again next week, Wednesday, for another beautiful and wellness empowering episode of Wellness Series with Lucia.